Hi everyone, and welcome along. So I don't know if you spotted on social media yesterday, we made a really exciting announcement of a brand new book. Yeah, I know, amazing. It's a little bit different to my watercolour books previously. This one is a reverse colouring book. Have you heard of that concept? If you haven't, we're going to explain all today. It's a perfect kind of book for anyone who currently loves painting along with me, but also for anyone who's thought so far, I'm not really that artistic, I'm not into watercolours, I'm not really sure if art is my thing. Well, a reverse colouring book is all about just relaxing, enjoying the process of drawing, more like doodling. I don't know about you, but I used to doodle all over my exercise books at school. I still do it now, to be honest. Any document or any book, you can guarantee there'll be a little scribble from me on it. And because it is for this broader audience, I thought it might be a really good idea to get in someone who maybe isn't quite as into watercolour painting as me. Now, who could that be? Well, introducing my husband, Ant. Come on in, Ant.
Morning.
Come take a seat in the studio. Morning, yeah. So, Ant, are you a keen watercolourist?
I'm too tall for this.
You are too tall.
I am not a keen watercolourist in the slightest.
Which is a real shocker.
Sorry.
But do you consider yourself a little bit creative?
I mean, I'm a photographer. I edit all the videos. I paint models. Yes.
Yeah, little bits here and there, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't necessarily sit down, get out a sketchbook and start drawing.
No. I mean, I'd get out a book and write. I'd do Dungeons and Dragons. Massive nerd. So I would write stories and characters and stuff for that. So creative, but not necessarily this or painting.
Okay.
Well, paper. Don't give me a plain piece of paper with nothing on it.
So that's a really interesting point. The fear of the blank page is real. I have it. We all have it. So how about we start you off with a beautiful, colourful canvas of some of my watercolours, and then you can get a pen, a pencil, whatever you like, and just start doodling. So let's grab our pens.
Oh, and get started.
That's the one. Okay, so we've got two identical pages from Draw Your Way, Botanical Watercolour. And I thought, why don't we choose the page that was also used as the front cover? It's lovely, bright and colourful. So this is one of my watercolour paintings, a little bit different to some of the stuff I usually do.
You're not putting the effort in it.
But do you look at it and see anything in particular at this point, just from an initial...
I mean, yeah, you got poppy thingy, or poppy-esque, maybe violets, but I'm also seeing manta rays in the white bit.
Right, exactly. And that sums up perfectly what this book is all about. What you see initially might change and develop the more you spend time doodling, drawing on this page. So, shall we have a go?
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, exactly. We could use anything we want, really. The classic for reverse colouring is taking a nice black fine line pen and just scribbling all over it. So I've got some nice little Staedtler pens, different sizes, different thickness of nibs.
Or these from Bristol.
Yeah, when I went to Cass Art, that's right. But you don't just have to be limited to pens. Got some nice colouring pencils, they can work too. And also, I raided the colouring box that we get out when our nieces and nephews are here, and got some of the pens as well. So that's the other thing with reverse colouring in, isn't necessarily about just adding lines, and you could take a pen and fill in all the gaps. It's whatever you want it to be. So I thought it might just be really interesting taking a brain like yours and a brain like mine.
Oh dear.
And should we just have a go? Should we just see?
Yeah, okay then. This is going to be a technical question then. The numbers are the smaller number, thinner pen?
Yes.
So 0.05 would be really thin?
Yeah.
Okay. Middle if you don't know.
I might start with a pen as well.
You might need to shovel over a little bit. Just done hitting the camera stand.
Well, I think I'm gonna just start with like what I see initially. That's
I'm going to
actually
apologise now. I've got a bit of hay fever and I'm probably going to sneeze.
bless you.
Excuse me. Trying to remember what the markings on the manta ray are now. Or it could be an eagle ray.
See, immediately I'm like, this just goes to show how differently different brains are going to interpret this. I mean, I'm so predictable. I've gone for a flower.
Kel Surprise.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, apologies if my fringe gets in shot.
It's really nice to have you in here. It's like,
Well, that's good to hear.
yeah, but we don't. I mean, we've worked together for years now, but it's very much you take all the footage and edit it afterwards,
Yeah,
and
after
you
all that.
stay very separate to.
Well, it saves on all the bickering.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do bicker quite a lot
Creative
in the
differences
setup.
here and there, but it's a process.
And so our creative differences are going to come out in the
I
in the painting.
This is the thing. I read the comments sometimes and do some of the replies to the comments on the videos. And our friends, when they're looking at your stuff, and like, you've just done that in the space it's taking me to colour a black square.
Yeah, but I've just looked over at yours and gone, oh my goodness, that's amazing. I can't believe you've seen that in this piece. And so now I'm
But now, like, what else
looking-
do I see? That looks like
But
a
that's a
castle.
nice- I did draw it.
This is where it gets really obscure. It actually looks like a floating space fortress from Warhammer.
See, I'm trying to like take a little bit of your approach on now and try and see maybe, or actually, you know what? I think I really like just like doodling inside the lines.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
There's this, again, backtracking to very nerdy things. If you're making your own setting or world or whatever you want to call it for Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, any sort of role-playing game, people are like, how do you draw a map? Like, unless you know exactly what you want to go from, how do you draw a map?
Yeah.
And there's this bit where you'll take an A4, A3, whatever size piece of paper and roll a load of dice on it or throw a load of grains of rice on it.
Oh, right.
Then you draw around them as land masses and islands and
my
rivers and
goodness.
stuff. And it gives you, it just reminds me of this. Like,
So this could almost be like a bird's eye
but
view
I
of a
suppose
land.
you could be,
couldn't
but
it?
it's also, I suppose, this is obviously hand painted. Like, it's not like a
Yeah.
chaotic mess that's been then interpreted by a nerd.
I mean, chaotic mess is kind of.
Your middle name? You're going to regret inviting me on in a minute, aren't you?
All right, then. Well, tell me, when you were at school, did you like art?
I did until I was, how old would I have been? 9 or 10, and I fell out with the art teacher.
Oh, God. Do you know how many times I've heard people say that? Like,
Yeah, but 9-year-olds don't usually fall out with people. Like, I have a grudge against
You've
Mrs.
got
Prophet.
all right, careful.
Look.
We're online, remember?
That's true.
There's only a few thousand people going to be watching this.
We had a disagreement about interpretation of, what was it? It was an Egyptian art thing.
Yeah.
And we just had to make a hieroglyph. And the brief was make it in your own style. So I did. And
Yeah.
it wasn't accurate enough to original Egyptian hieroglyphs. And I'm like, that's...
Well, it's because
what's
of my
it?
own style, Mrs.
Exactly.
Thingamajig.
So I took umbrage. And 31 or so years later, I'm still mad about it.
Right, so, I mean, well, that's another
Sorry, I got a sniff.
matter. But what I find so sad is there are so many people who I think had an experience a bit like that early on in their sort of artistic journey, which maybe brought that artistic journey to a screeching halt. And I think so many people think they're bad at art because they can't draw something really like accurately or perfectly in inverted commas. And that makes me so sad because the whole point of art is it's meant to be about your own personal expression. It's not about being accurate or perfect. I mean, you're a cameraman. You're the person with the job to, depict things in an accurate and manner, like using your medium for that. So surely art is for something else.
Well, a lot of people would call photography art.
Oh, it's art as well, but I'm saying like drawing maybe. When you're in that art class and you're drawing and you're just thinking, oh, unless I draw this bowl of fruit completely perfectly, I'm a failure. And so many people have been made to feel like that. And you've seen the comments. We get so many people saying, "Oh yeah, I got thrown out of art class." I'm amazed you didn't get thrown out of art class. From
I mean, I
sounds of
was
it.
9. So you can't, there is a duty of care for a child. You can't just kick me out. But yeah, we then had a different argument about whether an echidna was a real animal during a quiz once. So yeah, me and Miss Prophet, no, not mates. But then yeah, actually, because I did art GCSE.
I've just seen an elephant. I've seen an elephant.
Elephant in the room we're not talking about. No, I did an art GCSE, and then also did. We have this thing called cadets.
Yeah.
So like army cadets, and you just do. It's sort of a early level intro to army things, and we went on summer camp, and we did a patrol exercise, and there was a fake, there was a fake missile launcher that we had to go draw. We had to go patrol and scout for like it was a 2-part exercise. So we had to go look at it, work out where there's an elephant. Yeah, work out where it was, and then report back so we could then do like an ambush exercise later in the afternoon.
Right.
And they were like, "Ant, you did art. We need someone to go study it and draw it." And I was staring at this thing, and I was like, I couldn't. I was like, but how many lines on that chevron? Oh, hang on, that's not right. Oh, and then literally the guy who came with me, who just does maths, was like, there, just shapes, turned it into shapes rather than actually drawing it.
So do you know what? That is just like the drawing on the right side of the brain episode we once did. Do you remember when I drew that rose upside down?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That's what
I've done a black splodge and a weird thing, and you turned...
excuse me.
Oh, my gosh.
Excuse me. We do not compare, do we?
Well, not compare... Well...
Also, I'm looking at yours and going, I'm marvelling at how you see the things differently to me. What I'm just glad about is that I've managed to sort of move off from just flowers.
Yeah, I mean...
Because my life is seeing flowers in all things.
I keep seeing land masses. I did like geography, actually. It's cool. Do you want me to put my hood up? Then my fringe won't get in the way. But I might look a little bit odd on this one.
I haven't tried a pen yet, like a colourful pen. I might try that next. Do you know what? I hated colouring in as a child. I hated it. And I'm just testing myself at the moment.
Well, and that's the thing I find, it's a medium choice as well. Like, that looks nice because it's coloured in, but like it's never going to be a perfectly uniform colour because of the nature of a crayon.
Well, also because we've got like a wooden textured desk underneath us, so it's probably not helping. But yeah, it's funny. Like for me, this kind of doodling is my perfect kind of relaxation.
I used to doodle over my jotter.
Yeah.
Well, and any exercise book. It did it occasionally. If we doodled on our actual books or we were doing our homework, we'd get in trouble.
Oh, really?
We had to do that. We had a jotter for making notes.
Aww.
That was often just covered in doodles and ambiguous teenage notes.
I've sort of seen a butterfly, I think.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm now looking for a pretty cat.
So we've got over 80 pages.
Oh, yeah, the book.
In this book. So I think, I mean, considering, you know, we've barely made a dent in this single page, I feel like this is going to last you a very decent amount of time. So I think you're getting an excellent value for money in this book, if I will say so myself.
It's also, no one else is really going to be doing this for other people on a video. So they can just enjoy it quietly at home.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I'm really enjoying doing this with you, and maybe it might be fun to get more of our friends in to come and maybe draw with me. And just see, because I think it's fascinating how differently people interpret it. And I just really wanted to bring you in so people could see that it's not just a case of watching me do it, it's a case of showing how...
You said there's 80 pictures, 80 pages. Is it all this? Is it
No.
all sploshes?
Oh, Ant, I'm glad you asked. I've got some
Hey,
examples.
I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional.
Right, I'll just go get them. One sec.
Friend. He says he's a professional, then covers the camera with his hair.
So it's funny, the book itself is winging its way to us from the printers, and at this point I've got some pages from it which I can share with you. So, for example, this is like a nice big page of blobs, isn't it?
Yes.
We're going to have some that are even more blobby and abstract than this. So I've got this one here. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where do you even start with that one? I can see. I mean, I painted it, so I can see lots of stuff.
This one's already more like, I don't know, like an island archipelago.
Well, why don't you have a little go?
Have a go at this one.
And I'll just show everybody what else we've got.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really abstract. Then we've got some that are a little bit more like, I'd say that's a bunch of flowers.
Yes.
Yes.
So they're all floral.
They're floral inspired. Yeah.
Floral, yeah. 'Cause I suppose, you wouldn't call these flowers, but they could be petals. They could be.
Yeah. And then got a nice big full page, big tropical one. I think it's because I felt if I did a book entirely of that, a lot of people would go, oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Some people like you would go, ooh, love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what to do with it.
Yeah, so I thought it would be nice to just sort of ease people in, give them some options. And then some people like me who love a miniature.
Oh, and you're doing all your line drawing.
Dinky little,
line miniature
delightful. Oh, just get those flowers scribbled in.
Literally straight. Look at this.
Can't get enough of this stuff. And what I like with ones like this, where they're quite like done already, is you could always add extra little things like a nice little tag, gift tag. So thank you. Maybe you'd add a little...
I'm just falling into the trap of watching you.
A little bee. So, where's a nice thin pen?
That's the thinnest.
That's the thin one. Quite like that.
It's like you do this all the time.
It is like I do it all the time. It's amazing. Or I've also got some slight curveballs like this, where it's kind of quite clear what it is.
Yeah, you could spend hours on that.
You could spend hours on that.
I suppose that's the point. Like, there's no deadline, is there? There's no rush.
No rush, no deadline. I'm still trying to decide what my favourite sort of style of page is. And maybe the joy of this is I will continue to change my mind about it and hope that everybody watching is going, oh, well, I like that one. Oh, I'm not sure about that one. Oh, maybe that one. But ultimately, that everyone might want to have a go. And I was thinking, I don't know about you, but I know you were just a teensy-weensy bit nervous coming on here before we started, because you're normally behind the camera.
Well,
How are you?
I didn't think to do my hair or like trim my beard. It's all I haven't done anything.
How are you feeling now after doing a little bit of this?
What about being on camera or
No, just more
doing
about
this?
sort of has the process of sitting and doing a little bit of doodling made you feel better than you were maybe 10, 20 minutes ago? Or...
Yeah. No, yeah, it's been nice. Like, I'm very much, there's a little bit of like writer's block, I suppose. I'm sort of looking at stuff and trying to work out what I see. And also, I suppose, what I want from it. And then I suppose the other, well, I hadn't even thought about, like, if it's in a book, it's there forever.
You could always get another book.
That's
Buy
true.
two. You could buy
I
two.
see what you're doing.
Well, so what was funny is when I was developing the book, I actually took a few pages and tried it out on different people. And that included our 7-year-old niece.
Oh, yeah, she
Loved it. And I didn't know if she would look at it and go, I don't understand what's going on here. I just see blobs. She took to it like a duck to water and just couldn't get enough of it. I gave it to my friend's 18-year-old daughter, who was going through like a little bit of a stressful time with exams and leaving school and things.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And she, again, just got completely absorbed into it, which was amazing. I've given it to our Helena, sister-in-law. She loved it. Mother of 2, lots going on in her world. She bloomin' loved it. And then giving it to people who like actually do art as their job, like myself. I mean, I'm really pleased with what I just did there. I'm very happy with that. So I just scribbled and did a bit of pen and ink and pen. I think this book is a really nice reminder that art is for everybody. But art doesn't need to mean sort of conforming to what you think you should be doing. It just means getting a bit of a mark down on paper.
Yeah.
Oh, the crab. That's really cute.
I'm trying to work out which perspective he's from. She's going to be from here.
See, we've both gone into
I've given him
this.
too many legs now. He's now a mutant crab.
He'll
2
forgive you.
pincers, 6. I should know this. I used to work at an aquarium and talk to people about crabs. I can't remember how many legs. Spider crab has 8 legs and pincers, not 6 legs and pincers. Yes, I got it right.
Well done.
It's important, these things. No, these look like Star Wars. Super destroyers.
Oh, I love this. I love that you're seeing these things. It's extremely cool.
I don't know if that's necessarily what would get used when someone says, "Oh, look, Star Wars Super Destroyers."
I don't care. I love it. I love it. So, I guess, I mean, we could probably do the longest video ever here and just keep going. But I feel like we've got across what a reverse colouring book is. That's gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw wings and then just started adding to it.
All of this, it's so...
That was in the band. We don't talk about that one.
No, but but the nice thing is you might come back to it another day and go, actually, I can see something there, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's all quite relaxing. It's quite nice.
That's good. That's a good sign. Well, the great news is it's available for pre-order already.
You mean I don't get a free copy? Oh, what? I mean, fine.
Well, yes, it is available for pre-order, everybody.
Put you on the spot there.
Yeah, you did a bit. And that means that you can head to the link in the episode notes below and go and order your copy. But that's not everything, because we've got a very, very special treat for anyone who watches this video. Is we're going to give you 1 page of this book for free. to have a go. Because I just thought that would be the best thing. I mean, I've got Ant showing you another like way of seeing things, me showing you my way of seeing things, but no one is going to know better than yourself how you're going to react to a reverse colouring book. And how much you're going to enjoy it. You might be really on the fence right now and go, Harriet, get me back to some nice watercolour flowers, please.
Next video,
don't worry. But I will. So I just keep on tilting Ant's head back out of the screen.
What screen? That screen or that screen?
This is the one from
That's
above.
why we have two angles.
I know.
Creative differences, you see.
But yes, you can pre-order this from the link below, but also check out in the episode notes below because we have a link to get you a free download of one page from our watercolour book. It is there for you to have a go and see for yourself. And why not tell your friends? Maybe you have children who are a bit frazzled at the moment, a little bit anxious with school or exams, or just anyone in your life who maybe needs just a little bit of calm, quiet time with a pen, bit of paper, maybe time away from some screens. Take it outside into the garden if it's a nice day. Guaranteed it won't be a nice day if you're in England.
Could you stop whinging about the weather?
I will never stop. But, Ant, thank you so much for joining me today.
If it's available for pre-order, when is it actually coming out?
Oh my goodness, that's such a good question. And that's not even rehearsed, everybody. That's me just forgetting. It's out in October. So it's going to be a really good present to get for Christmas. Get in there early with all your shopping. Available in October. Pre-order now. You get yourself a really good price for it. Oh, I'll talk to the camera here as well. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's all because of you that I get to create more products and books like this and have the best time, because for me doing it, it's massively relaxing as well, and that's just the best thing ever. So, Ant, I think, well, we can take these pages away and do them in our own time, but thank you so much for joining me, and we'll say thanks to everyone for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
And yeah, we'll see you again next time.